Hey guys, we are back for a brand new episode of the podcast, episode 29. So, it's been a while since we've done a normal.
Yeah. Let's get back to the thingy.
So let's get straight back into it.
Hot topics news. So basically, we heard a few days ago, Khabib Nurmagomedov, his father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, he died of COVID-19.
Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, and basically, they mentioned that he was in a coma. We knew like a few months ago. He was in a coma, and then he started making recovery, and then it just got really bad.
They got he had pneumonia, right?
Yeah, something like that. I think that's what happened though.
And heart complications.
Coronavirus, so.
And heart complications, is it? Yeah.
I'm not sure, but so I think we should talk about that first. How his impact on the sport, like, you should kindly give your take on it, like how his impact, on the sport of mixed martial arts, and how after his death, how will it affect Khabib?
Okay.
Start with the first part.
So, for me, Abdulmanap, he was like a father figure to all the Dagestani fighters.
Yeah.
You could say he was the cause of the wave of Dagestani fighters in the UFC and in the big organizations within mixed martial arts. So, essentially, without him pushing the sport, and he's also a Sambo world champion, if I remember, so he's very skilled and inept in this field.
Yeah.
So when we look at it in that aspect, he's got all the technical background, he's been there, he's done that in the sense of fighting, and Khabib being so good as he is technically due to his father, right? His guidance, his mentorship.
Yeah. But that
I would even say that he's had a big impact on Muslim fighters, especially in general. Because without people like Khabib and Islam Makhachev and these people, I think there would be less Muslim fighters. Do you agree? Or?
Yeah, I think that brought a wave of many Muslim fighters. It also brought, like you said, Dagestani fighters. It's given confidence. It's inspired Muslims to go into the sports of mixed martial arts. I don't think there were as many as there are now. I didn't. Certainly, when we first started watching 12, 13 years ago, I didn't hear of no Muslim fighters. I can't remember very few.
And you know, even if there were Muslim fighters, personally, a lot of them, I don't like saying it, but they would hide their Muslim identity. They weren't.
They
weren't as like Khabib. He says things like Alhamdulillah, these things like, and that is due to his father, right? His father's the same kind of person. Like, even with what Conor said to him, and Khabib, his father still invited Khabib. His father still invited Conor. Sorry, I said Khabib. Yeah, his father still invited Conor to his house. He goes, if you're in Dagestan, you're invited to my house. We'll treat you like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'll treat you like one of us. Which a lot of it is from Islamic principles, and you can tell Abdulmanap followed that from his character, and it's rubbed off onto Khabib clearly. So, you know what's interesting? I was watching a video. This was years back. This was like 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago, even maybe before Khabib was even well known. His father goes that I wanted Khabib to be an alim, like ulama, like he wanted him to be a scholar essentially.
Yeah.
So that's an Islamic cleric or scholar. He didn't want Khabib to be a fighter originally. He didn't want him to get into fighting. Khabib wanted to be a fighter, so then obviously he pushed his full effort into that. But do you remember when Khabib first came in UFC?
Yeah.
How long ago was that? 6 hours. And then do you remember Rustam Khabilov when he did the slam?
And
he knocked out Vince Pichel. All these people, like even Islam Makhachev, they've come from Abdulmanap's
camp
from his camp. Yeah. So they kind of, when we start seeing them, then we start seeing a influx, right?
Yeah.
He's had a very big impact. What's your?
I was thinking, like I said, about how the loss of his father, let's say like nature versus nurture, I was going to say to you your take. I'll give you obviously mine. So nature, you would say, is genetics, what's been passed down from your parents, and so how does that affect your life? And nurture, obviously your environment, how you've been brought up throughout your childhood and what you learn from that. Principally, I think Khabib, obviously in nature and nurture has an effect. I don't think it's just one. So Khabib, his fighting ability, his character is I think mostly due to his nurture, what he's given from his father. He's taught. Obviously, genetics come into play. That's nurture though. Your environment.
That's what I mean.
So basically, his father, environment he taught him in, how he brought him up. That's the nurturing part. The genetics, obviously, like maybe he's Dagestani. He has that kind of strength, kind of crazy, some strength in that, and you get some skills like that. Or how you have some people are really fast. They got natural speed or natural strength. But the nurture part, where his skills have developed to aid his crazy genetics, that's the part where I think, personally, I think it helps a bit more. Without his father now, if he grew up with his father not interested in the sport of mixed martial arts, he wouldn't be as great as he is now.
Or in martial arts in general. I agree with you, because there must be, in Dagestan, there must be loads of people that have the potential like Khabib. But maybe no one's really tapped into that potential. But we could say that worldwide, right? There's loads of people like that. You see them and you're like, this guy could be, an athlete. But they've never ever got tapped into, because they've never had a mentor or someone to guide them on the right path. Same with Mike Tyson. If Costamato wasn't there, would we have known about Mike Tyson?
Yeah, might have.
Do you know what I mean? So, they definitely, he's played a huge role for Dagestani MMA, Russian MMA, you could even say. He's played a huge role, and I'm glad to see like the MMA community and even like the Muslim community as well. Because obviously we're Muslim, to see that they're giving their condolences, praying for him.
Show the video.
Respects. Let's look at the video. There's a video of.
So, like, if you see in the video now,
Chechen.
So you have the Chechen president there. They're all giving dua, prayer, and they're all giving their condolences. So you got many people, like you can see I'll put it on the screen obviously, and there's many people there giving condolences. It looks like a lot.
It looks like loads.
That's what it is, brotherhood and that. But that's how you know as well he was a great person. Sometimes great people, you see the crowds, like people gather, and even after the death, people say great things about them. A lot of in general, even the people who didn't like them would say good. In general, would say like decent things about them, because his character was like that. He wasn't like a bad person. So, I think personally, following his death, September, his fight was supposed to be in September. I still think he might go through. Like, it depends on it. Like, do you think it's going to be delayed?
It's definitely going to be delayed.
You think so?
Yeah, because
it's July now. Yeah, July, August, 2 or 3. Depends on what the date was, but we don't know the exact date. But I still think it might happen near end of September, beginning of October, maybe.
Because the way Javier Mendez talked about is...
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that's another thing. Oh yeah, like I mentioned, Javier Mendez. We talked about this earlier before the podcast. Javier Mendez was talking about Khabib basically, and his camp, and how he usually is. He is intense and he's got good fight experience. There's loads of teamwork, but he goes the difference between before the Poirier fight, when he fought Poirier in Abu Dhabi, his father finally actually came to be in his corner. Khabib's father, Abdulmanap, finally came in his corner. And you've seen on the previous videos Khabib talking about his dad. He goes, talk about my dad. Remember before the Poirier fight? He goes, talk about my dad as well. Oh yeah, why are you asking only about me? And he goes, I love my father. I'll talk about him. Let's talk about him. and he goes, basically Javier Mendez goes that when his father was there, the level of intensity, the team spirit, and all those things that sometimes you can see it, but there's just like
an aura, kind of energy.
Not energy, like there's things you can't see. I forgot the word for it, but yeah. And he just like lifted the team up to such a level that he couldn't believe it. The difference though. He goes,
morale.
Yeah, morale and everything, and I think that just shows his impact that his father had on him. So you could be right in that sense that maybe he might delay the fight.
I think he might. Yeah. I personally think he might retire in a way. He might retire.
What makes you say that though?
Because he goes that he like even after the Conor fight, really, he goes that he was content, like in a way, like he doesn't need the money, first of all.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters, you know, especially in Dagestan and these kind of places, they need the money.
Yeah.
That's why they get into fighting.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really need the money.
I mean, like basically, okay, I think you mean by like, in another sense, like his lifestyle. So he doesn't have the Floyd Mayweather lifestyle where you spend extravagant amount of money for no reason. So maybe he doesn't need as much in that sense, I think.
Yeah, he does wear his designers. You see it, but he's not like super flashy. Where I don't think he needs that.
Yeah.
Like it's not necessary for him. It's not a necessity, but he might retire. But obviously, I'm hoping we see another fight from him. Do you think he'll be the same, or he'll come back stronger? Do you think? I think he'll come back stronger, knowing his character, but it's too hard to say.
I think he'll be stronger. I don't think.
Yeah.
Because he wants to keep his legacy. I think it just makes him even more. It just make him even more determined to win. To win the rest of his fights, however long his career is. Because basically, like, might be like tribute to his father. He wants to be undefeated, prove that his father was like great coach as well and stuff like that.
Yeah. So I think he's gonna, you know, he's got Justin Gaethje. He will fight next, and then maybe Tony Ferguson, and then he'll probably end it off with a Conor.
Could be, yeah.
And then he'll be the GOAT.
Yeah, if he wins all of them, I think he's the GOAT then, because undefeated streak.
And you know how hard that is in MMA.
Yeah, in MMA it's just... In boxing, it's hard as well, but I think in MMA it's just extremely next level, that is.
Yeah, that's...
It doesn't matter who you fought, like, there's always, like, even the greatest fighters have always lost. Whether it's at the beginning, the middle, or the end, they've lost. So if you go undefeated, I think you are the greatest.
Yeah. And, man, so may Allah grant Abdulmanap Jannah, Ameen. And, if you just make dua for him, pray for him, and, you know,
all our condolences go to his family as well.
Alright.
Do you want to talk about the next topic? Move on.
We're just gonna...
I think... so basically, what I picked up on was that, okay, you know, coronavirus last 3 months now, you've had sports, you've had... sports have been like basically off the, you know, table right now. And then MMA came back first. Dana White was vilified for it. Oh, why you getting sport? You're gonna spread the corona. But obviously, UFC has paved the way for other MMA organizations as well as other sports. Yeah,
I think one championship is coming back 31st of July.
Yeah,
and then you got Brave.
Bellator should be coming back this month then.
They might be, but they got Brave is coming back as well. I think they're going to Sweden.
So why is it's ignited a wave of, you know, trying to get to some kind of normalcy. So obviously in England we have football.
Yeah.
Soccer in America. But I want to point out, like, New York Times now, they had an article, so does empty stadiums affect the outcomes? And they've actually analyzed data, and they go, it does. So basically, I'll give you a summary, like quick, from what I read. So basically, the Bundesliga, German football, soccer.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going that You know how home stadiums they go, the fans is the 12th man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go. It actually does affect the home games and that. The home games.
Really?
So yeah, so the teams who have had home games, they're saying that they've had an advantage in terms of the referee now.
Yeah.
Since there's been no sport, the referee has been more rigid on the rules. So the home teams actually have been getting more yellow cards. Yeah. So the fans actually had an impact on the home team having an advantage. There's no advantage now in that sense.
Oh, okay.
So you could say it's kind of a disadvantage, like it's going the other way. So let me see if we can find the stats on. They were saying a few. So the performance of home teams in the Bundesliga have, for all intents and purposes, collapsed in front of empty stands. So the number of home victories slipped by 10 percentage points. So it was 33% of matches in empty stadiums from 43% when they were full. So, but that's a lot of points, man.
Yeah.
Percentage points. 10% is a lot. You might not think it's a lot, but it is. So you can see the 12th man does have effect. So now, from that, I was thinking, how can it have an effect in fights then? So in MMA,
true,
so in MMA, maybe if you look at it now, like it's been a week. Dustin Poirier versus Dan Hooker. Yeah,
Okay.
UFC on Vegas 4. Do you think that I could affect both fighters, but I'm just saying, like, Dustin Poirier, would he have fought better or worse if there were fans?
Oh.
Would he have made better decisions, do you think? What's your opinion on that?
I think they fight better without the fans.
And what's your reason though? Like, you got any?
Because you can hear the corner better.
You can hear the other corner.
better. And you can hear the other corner, so you know the game plan. So you can hear the other corner, unless they've got Mark Henry's Morse code. I don't know what code he has.
Yeah, code words.
1, 2, 5, 6. Yeah, unless they do that, I think.
You know what's another thing though? Let me interrupt. You can hear the commentary.
Yeah, you can hear the commentary, and you know what else you can hear? You can hear the the wax.
And yeah, so Dustin Poirier actually goes to, was it Michael Bisping? He said something to him during the fight while he's hearing the commentary. So in that case, like, you can hear the commentary, you can hear what they're saying about you, and it could actually have an impact on your choice
on
decisions.
your performance as well.
Yeah.
Like if they say something bad about you, you might get more angry, get more hyped up for the fight. Or if they say something good about you, it might lift your morale up.
But what do you think
If you're
though?
an underdog.
Let's get back to the points. What's your few reasons? You mentioned like corner.
Corner, you can hear the corner, like you said, the commentators. You can hear you can admire the sound of your strikes. Nah, but that was a joke. But I feel like
Do you think
there's no pressure of fans. You go straight in, you do your business. There's no one there. It doesn't affect your mood in a way. You just go in. I think it's more advantageous for away, fighters that come from abroad to say into the state, and they're not from the.
So you're not the home crowd.
You're not the home crowd. Yeah.
You haven't got the home crowd with you.
Yeah. So I think it's an advantage for the people like Dan Hooker now, who's come from New Zealand and then he's come to America, right? Whereas if he had came and he heard USA,
I still don't think it affects the fighters, but it does. I think the only way it affects, I don't think it affects them negatively.
No,
it just affects their decision making.
No. But what I've noticed is, when you, let's just when someone's watching you doing something, it's way more harder.
Okay, you got all the crowd, like 15,000 people.
Nerves. You got even more nerves than usual. When there's no crowd, I think there's way less nerves.
So if you're saying basically, like I'll give my opinion. Like, if Dustin Poirier, you saw in the second round, Dan Hooker just basically could have finished him. He was close to game.
Yeah.
And then, Dustin Poirier, if there was a crowd there, do you think Dan Hooker would have even gone more out? Like, try to kill him?
Or it could have impacted the referee's decision.
Yeah.
Because of the crowd.
Yeah.
Sometimes the crowd does affect the referee and the judges. Remember, the judges, they get affected by the crowd, especially when a home fighter's fighting, because every time the home fighter does a strike, all you hear is
Yeah.
shout. We've been to like Bellator events
Yeah.
and things like that. Every time the home
Birmingham,
fighter in like Birmingham,
London.
Birmingham or London, and there's a home city fighter, right? And you hear every time they're hitting a strike, they make a sound, and it's not even.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't have to connect fully.
It doesn't have to connect fully, and that does have an impact. If I'm watching, you know.
But like you mentioned that. So Dustin Poirier, I feel like if there was a crowd, Dustin Poirier and Dan Hooker might have slightly played out differently. Maybe.
No, I think it would have.
I think it might have, because the first round was the decider, like you said, 2-2. Fifth round, imagine like having a crowd there as well. That fight was just crazy.
Yeah, that was an amazing fight. Whoever hasn't watched it, watch Dustin Poirier versus.
Do you think that is having an impact on MMA? Like I mentioned, in football, it is actually having an impact. So in MMA, do you think it's having an impact? Like Mike Perry.
I think it is. I think like Mike Perry now, and him having his girl in the corner, right? And he goes that. You heard his post fight, right?
Yeah.
He was saying, like, I don't need a coach telling me negative stuff. And shouting at me.
Yeah.
So maybe him having that and then no audience as well. Because think about it, audience might have said stuff when he came in.
Yeah, maybe that's why he's so pissed all the time. Like he was saying, like, I don't need fans. I don't need them to try to help me and stuff.
There's
like
different
that.
types of fighters, right?
Yeah.
Some fighters get affected by things like that. Some fighters don't. It just depends on the individual.
I personally think that he's you know what, he was saying that you don't need coach in your corner, they don't say nothing, and I think he's right in certain aspects, but if it's like for a title fight or a big fight now, you need obviously if you have it depends on it, because there's some coaches who are very technical, they give you the right advice in between rounds, I'm saying, and they're calm and they're not like, you know. So I would think he would like to have someone like Javier Mendez or Faraz Arbian
or Mark Henry.
Yeah, he would have to like. I think he should go to. But Mark Henry. He is saying that he needs to look for a. He was.
Yeah. He was saying that, but what I'm thinking he's saying is he needs to look for in the corner coaches. I think what he's saying is when he's in his corner, he doesn't want. Yeah, especially generic advice. He just wants them to just treat him and just say you're doing a good job. Yeah. And he doesn't need.
No, but he basically doesn't need generic advice like, oh, you could do better. He needs that. Yeah. He was basically trying to say that as well. Yeah. Like if you give him a technical advice, I think he'd appreciate it. But maybe due to his experiences, that in the past for how many years he's been doing, he's been doing a long time as well. Yeah. He's had negative impact, whereas other fighters wouldn't work well in that with no coaches. They might do way worse than they are actually done. And remember, he's fighting Mickey Gall, who is good. But he's still not at the level where a top UFC number 5 rank is. Yeah. Like so he can't base his win off, without coaches I'll still win. Because he didn't fight a top 5 guy or top 10. Mickey Gall's not in top 10, right? So
no. He has improved a lot though. So I think that training with Joe Schilling for Mickey Gall is paying off, because his striking looked a lot better. Because if he had fought the way he fought before, I think Perry would have finished him. His striking has gone leaps and bounds. Speaking about that, Darren Till and Mike Perry, what's your opinion on that?
Well, they're having beef.
Yeah, they've got beef, right?
Yeah, so. I know that, but I haven't gone much on social media, to be honest. So, but I do know that he said in the post fight he wanted to like put his finger in his eyes or something. Yeah. So he's really angry. He's a bit.
He was a bit. The adrenaline was there. So
yeah.
So sure. So we're gonna move on to another topic now. So
now let's go on to Yas Island.
Yas Island, okay.
So basically Yas Island, we know is taking place July 11th. We're just gonna talk a couple of minutes about it because we're gonna do another episode for that breakdown. Dana White hyped it up so much that we thought it was gonna be like Mortal Kombat or something like that, like a proper island where there's gonna be like, those wooden thingy piles with the flames on there, and you walk through the entrance, and it's going to be great like that. And then find out it's in Abu Dhabi, Yas Island.
It's gonna be a kumite.
Yeah, because it's UFC's already happened in Abu Dhabi, and for people who don't know, Anderson versus Damian Maia. Yeah, so it's already happened in Abu Dhabi on one of the islands already. So, and the way he made it out was, it's going to be And there's so many rumors that it's going to be on Jeffrey Epstein's secret island and all these islands, and we don't know, Richard Branson's Virgin, his islands, and I still think it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be hot there. I don't know how far he's going to train.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit.
Because remember, it's hot, and you're talking about July.
Hopefully the AC in there. But I don't.
What do you think about the Gilbert Burns and Usman's off?
Well, Gilbert Burns is off.
Yeah.
So he got got the Rona, and yeah, it's a bit of a gutter. I don't. They're saying Masvidal might agree. They're saying there's indications that
all about
he's
the
agreed.
money, innit?
Yeah, I said it. Someone asked me on Insta. Shafi, Shaima. He asked me on Insta, do you think there will be a replacement? And I go, the only way someone is gonna do a replacement, first of all, if one, either there's big money, or two, there's a rematch clause.
Yeah.
Do you think they should do that for sure?
They have to do. They have.
Do you think they should give rematch clauses?
Yeah, especially for a title fight though.
No, do you think they just say Masvidal? Do you think he should get a rematch clause?
Because 1 week notice.
Disadvantage and and he stepped up.
Yeah.
I think for things like that, there should be a rematch clause of certain fighters such as Masvidal who have a big.
And like you mentioned, the Masvidal, but Colby Covington wanted to fight apparently. And he came on Submission Radio and talking about it, but nobody wants to watch him again because he got beat though.
Yeah, but some people are saying Leon Edwards, which would have been interesting because
he won't be able to fly out though. So
yeah, and to be honest, I'd rather see him when he's fully ready for that fight.
Yeah, I don't want to see fights where, to be honest, I don't see title fights where fighters aren't ready, because then there's excuses then. That some fighters might not, most fighters won't use it, but there's excuses. As a fan though, you'll be saying, he lost because he wasn't prepared, so. Yeah,
that's what you're going to think generally. Yeah. Masvidal, I think, is,
he's a good fighter, but I don't, in 1 week's notice, it's hard, man, to go side with
especially with a guy like Kamaru Usman, it's going to be tough. Wow. Did you hear about Max Holloway?
No.
He goes, he was training on Zoom. He hasn't he's only hit.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
That is
basically he goes training on Zoom, and he didn't have no physical thing. I don't know how that works, but.
So Max Holloway is UFC featherweight champion, and he's fighting. Oh no, Alexander Volkanovski is the UFC featherweight champion. Sorry, and Max Holloway is going to be fighting him.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about. But
shall we end in that, because I want to talk about that in the breakdown fight.
We'll talk more about that on the breakdown. We're gonna do that for another episode, guys.
So we'll end it on that talk.
Yeah. So just make sure you check out the breakdown episode, which we will do for the Yas Island or Fight Island.
UFC 251. We'll be breaking that down next episode. So like, share, comment, and subscribe to MMA Diagnosis.
We will have an interview as well.
Coming out this week, yeah.
So make sure you check them out, shout us out, and if you're a fighter, message us if you want to come on for an interview. Alright.
MMA Diagnosis @gmail.com.
Yeah. So just contact us. Subscribe.
Yeah, I said that already.
He said that already, yeah? So he said that already, so I think we're going to end it here.
Peace.
Peace.